The city of Philadelphia is having one hell of a year. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers advancing to the second round of the NBA playoffs after defeating the Miami Heat in the first round. But can I just say, the Sixers, well, not just the Sixers, the city of Philadelphia really has been having one heck of a year. I mean, from Super Bowl champs with the Eagles to winning the NCAA title with Villanova to now you got Meek Mill, who's out of jail, so shout out Meek. And now you got the Sixers going to the second round, and they could possibly go farther than that. So, good time to be a Philadelphia sports fan. Great time to be a Philadelphia sports fan. But here to talk about the Sixers win over the Heat, the closeout win, and how far can this team go in the second round depending on who they match up with. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So the Sixers beat the Heat in 5 games. I predicted the series would go to 7, and obviously that did not happen, but I did in fact have the Eagles winning. So obviously that prediction was right, but here's my thing. I did think the Heat would make this series a little longer. The thing that I did not take into account was just how good Philadelphia is, and really on the defensive end is where they have impressed me more than offensively, okay? Offensively, Philadelphia is a juggernaut, but defensively, you take a look at a game like today, and it shows you perfectly when this team is not even clicking on all cylinders. They're still pretty good. I mean, you look at the stat sheet, they shot 42% from the field, but they held the Heat to just 39% shooting, just shot 25% from 3. You had, Ben Simmons, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. That's actually a subpar game for Ben Simmons. He only shot 4 for 10. Sarge only shot 2 for 9 for 8 points. Covington shot 4 for 10 for 10 points. So really, their main guys did not have that great of a shooting output, but you still got the victory. So that tells you this Philadelphia team, even when their shot is not dropping, they're still lethal. Why? Because they can defend, okay? They've got a lot of 3-and-D guys on this team, and they're long, and they're lanky, and they are tough, folks. So with that being said, they're key to beating the Heat. In this game, they out-rebounded the Heat 53-40, out-assisted them 23-24. And, no offense, that Miami Heat just do not have enough star power to match up with the Sixers, and that's why the Sixers won this series. Dwayne Wade had a renaissance of a series, a throwback, if you will. But, of course, the other guys, when you take a look at Hassan Whiteside, he was in and out of the lineup, barely getting any minutes. He was barely usable in the series. Goran Dragic was up and down. Tyler Johnson barely played. Josh Richardson basically was hurt from the last game, so really didn't play too much. Justice Winslow had it on that series, but this Heat team really is just a bunch of parts, okay? There's not really a superstar on this team. Dwayne Wade is, of course, past his prime. So with that being said, I do think it's time for the Heat to actually do something with their team in terms of rebuilding, possibly. You want to look into doing that because I really don't see a clear direction there. But with that being said, I want to talk about the Sixers mostly and talk about how far can they go now that they have advanced. They will be facing the winner of the Bucks-Celtics series, so they're either playing Milwaukee or Boston. Right now, that series is 3-2 in favor of the Celtics at the time of this video, so let's see what happens there. I predicted the Bucks to win that series, so let's see what happens there. So I'll walk you guys through both scenarios. If they play the Milwaukee Bucks, I think the Sixers win that series pretty handily. I could see it in 5 again. With the Sixers beating the Bucks, I just do not believe the Bucks have enough consistency with their players. Eric Bledsoe has been a nightmare on the defensive end. Besides Giannis, who they now have playing the damn 5, really other than him and maybe Chris Middleton at times, they really haven't had guys step up. Jabari Parker's been playing kind of well, but I can see this Philadelphia team easily beating the Bucks team. Look, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are just a handful, okay? And they are two-way players, and that is the difference. They can get it on the offensive end, and they can get it on the defensive end. Philadelphia is going to eat Milwaukee alive in the interior. The Bucks are absolutely horrendous against the center position, so Joel Embiid would have a series, and he would feast against that Bucks team. So I could easily see them beating the Milwaukee Bucks in 5, maybe 6 games, or it could even be a sweep, but I'm predicting at this point 5 games. With that being said, if they do face the Boston Celtics, I think that will be a tougher matchup for them, okay? The reason Boston's going to give them a little bit more trouble is because they've got defenders that are better than Milwaukee does. With Marcus Smart coming back now, they've got Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Al Horford. But they still don't have Kyrie Irving. So even with Boston, I would still pick Philadelphia to win. So right now, it is looking like Philadelphia is on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals. I know I'm jumping the gun here, but that's just how I feel about this roster, folks. I've been harping on this since really midway through the season and throughout since the playoffs started. The difference for this Philadelphia team outside of their stars, we know Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are the real deal. They're studs. Outside of their stars, the difference for this Philadelphia team is the shooters that they surround Simmons and Embiid with and their depth, okay? Ersan Ilyasova and Marco Bellinelli, those pickups changed their season. Now you spread the floor out with those two guys who can shoot. Ilyasova is a big man who can shoot. Bellinelli is a shooting guard who can shoot. You've got JJ Redick as a shooter. You've got guys like Robert Covington that are 3-and-D players. So shooters everywhere on this roster. And then you got Joel Embiid who will eat you up on the inside. So this team is both inside and outside, and they can defend. So Philadelphia is looking lethal. Before, I used to say they don't have playoff experience, but at this point, with this series coming up, I don't think it's going to matter. Maybe later down the line, like if we're talking, if they get to like the Eastern Conference Finals or NBA Finals, then the experience or lack thereof might start showing up. But at this point, I'm not concerned with that. Whoever they face in the second round, I have the Sixers beating them, whether it is the Celtics or the Bucks. So at this point, I'm going to say 5 games if they face the Bucks, 6 games if they face the Boston Celtics. But either way, Philly, you are going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're having a hell of a season, and man, this team is scary. I didn't even mention Markelle Fultz. Wait till he gets his stride. This is looking like a team that could potentially make the NBA Finals with the way Cleveland is looking. And you don't know what Toronto is going to be like as they're struggling with the Wizards. So, I mean, I don't think it's a stretch to say Philadelphia is right now looking like the best team in the East. Okay, so this team is looking good. Their coach, Brett Brown, has been unbelievable. But like I said, Philadelphia has all of the necessary parts to hurt you. They can hurt you from the inside, hurt you from the outside. They can play defense. They're long, they're athletic. They're everything you want to be, and they're young. So love the Sixers team. I have them going far. I have them beating the Celtics or the Bucks, regardless of who they face. So I'm excited to see this team in the next round. Let me know what you guys think. Do you see the Sixers moving on to possibly the Eastern Conference Finals or further than that? Let me know what you guys think. Right now with this team, I really don't see a glaring weakness, which is scary to think about. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys agree or disagree, if you guys like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.